for a walk here, just thinking about the revelations I had in a recent, less than a week ago, ayahuasca trip that I took. Was the second time. The first time I did it in Toronto, it wasn't that good. Won't get too much into it, but it was in a house I couldn't release, let go, and so did not have the same effect. Here I am in Colombia. I did it from a real legit taita, and yeah, totally different outcome. I'm not the first one to talk about this, I guess it's ego death, they say, but whatever you want to call it, it felt like I literally died. It stripped everything from me. It seemingly wouldn't allow me to have a thought, current thought, future thought, past thought, anything that I thought was mine, my breath, everything, every milliliter of liquid in my body was forced out of me. Every belief or feeling that I had, things that I owned or even love that I had, and just everything was stripped from me until I was completely like a zero. I zero baseline, dead, had nothing. And I lied there in that with corpse-like energy, couldn't move. This is for hours. But what came from that was me, I don't know if you guys can relate to this, but me realizing how much fear I walk with every day. And it's a fear of loss of love, loss of money, loss of identity, loss. So I'm always planning, thinking, strategizing, and everything is around this, trying not to lose. So when you get down to, death state, dead, when you have nothing, when you're blank, zero, void, nothing, then you have nothing left to lose. Therefore, fear vanished. And it was like, oh my God, it felt so good to have no fear. And I've sort of tuned into that, and I'm trying to keep that forward and trying to remember that everything we think we have, you don't have. It's just it's borrowed or believed that you have. Even the words in your head are made up, human constructs. We have nothing. Everything's borrowed. And then when you have nothing, everything that you do experience, like right now, walking in this, awesome place, you feel gratitude, which is something I always struggled with, even though on paper I have a million things to be grateful for. But now I'm feeling it a lot more. So yes, it was all a good thing. What else? What else can I tell you that I connected with during that? It was like moments where, you see the sacred geometry and everything's so amazing and beautiful and alive. Even like garbage on the ground looked amazing. Like it was, really, the matter, energy, anything that we see is like a miracle. So I guess it kind of tuned into that. And oh God, walking up a steep hill now in this altitude, I am not used to it. So I'm going to get out of breath here. So then I could see the geometry. And when I was in this state of, we'll call it nothingness, and without thoughts or planning or strategizing or regrets, or really with only in the absolute blank state did everything seem perfect in the geometry, and did I feel in tune with the universe and felt that it is in this state of nothingness where you want for nothing when there is no lack. Therefore, you do feel completely abundant because there is no feeling of wanting. That everything seemed to be in that moment perfect and in line and coming to me. And it made me realize that the universe doesn't know time the way we know it. Seconds and hours and weeks and months. These are things we made up. And things can become perfect and aligned and moving towards what you want instantly. You've heard it before, but said in a million different ways, but that's how I felt it. And then as soon as I started to bring up memories or future plans or whatever happened in my brain, then the geometry seemed off, the feelings changed, that sense of calm, perfection vanished until I went back to blank. And I came back and I played with this for, hours. And that's my takeaway. So think less, feel more, trust in this state of we'll call it blackness or nothingness, that's where things can come to you. And I know we always want to think, well, how can that be? And I must make a plan, and it's gonna take this amount of time. It's logical, but that's the trap. And it doesn't make much sense to me normally, but it totally did then, and I'm trying to capture it and feel it and just run with it for as long as I can. It was true to me in the moment, and I'm sharing it. Maybe it resonates with you, and you can run with it and see some good things happening to you in your life. Check that out.